Hello, friends. We're going to be playing a game today. A little game in Fate Accelerated that this particular group of friends of mine has done for a while, called the Orks Save X. This week, the Orks solve a mystery. This week, we have VerminQuest as Cramgela Slamsbury.
Hello.
We have Slywit as Angrus McGuyHurt.
Hey, what's up?
We have Jacob Playwell as Horatio Payne.
Hello.
And we have Random as Man Gun P.I.
This was already a mistake.
And I, of course, am your GM for this terrible, terrible situation. If you haven't played Fate Accelerated before, it's extremely goofy. It's just the quickest, most dirty rules set you could possibly imagine. There are only 6 stats. You roll with fudge dice. It's super easy. I love it. So, let's begin today's game. 48 years ago, a skull-cracking commando unit broke into a prison to serve for crimes they didn't commit. These orcs were promptly escorted out of the minimum security stockade and told to go out and do some good in the world. Today, still unwanted by the government, people do their best to survive these soldiers of fortune. If you don't have a problem, if you think you have help, if you think you can't be found, maybe you should expect a visit from the O-Team.
That is where the title card would play, right?
Exactly.
If you had one.
The
I
absolutely
was thinking of the Law and Order plaque where it's like,
dun dun dun. It basically will be that for everybody. For all of the human...
Sadly, we didn't have it in the budget.
Yeah, sadly. Probably for the best, if we're being perfectly honest. And please do not use this as an opportunity to toss in the A-Team, Magnum P.I., Murder, She Wrote, CSI Miami, or MacGyver themes. We cannot afford them.
anything by we just need to make sure it's not owned by Disney first.
Well, everything's owned by Disney. I'm owned by Disney! Good God!
Shoot, we're too late. What year is this?
Fuck, I don't know, man. It feels like it's been a century.
Yeah, the year was March.
Yes.
Well, now it's April.
God, is it? We should actually get
still
started.
March in my head. Yeah, okay.
So, the 4 of you have found yourself crash landing in the home of one Mayor J.C.K. You have heard tales that a murder has taken place in this mysterious manner, and the police have cordoned off the area. They were expecting a quick and routine sort of situation, and then you all stopped in.
Murder without me? Crimes.
Cramgela looks around and notes, murder.
Murder! Noted. You gonna write that in a book?
Yes.
Excellent.
I pull out my book and I start writing just murder.
Is that
the
on
only thing?
It's the only thing on every page.
Just one time.
Angrus McGuyHurt looks over his shoulder and says, No, type all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. Over and over. Best book ever read.
Hey, you can do that when you are New Orc Times bestseller.
Yes, your last mission at the Overlook Hotel was certainly an enlightening experience for all of you. So, you have, as I said, crashed your way into this mysterious manor. And you see in front of you a collection of 6, looks like, suspected individuals for the particular crime. And one particularly proud-looking cop who looks just incredulous and disappointed in your appearance here. You recognize him as Constable Cornelius Crow. And he has been both a thorn in your side and also your link to the Force for the last years. And he looks at the four of you and goes, "Great. What did I do to deserve this?"
You know.
Horatio walks forward, takes off his glasses, and asks, "What do we have here?"
A murder. That's all that ever happens when you show up. Murders. Sometimes
What's
before, sometimes after, but always murder.
I like the after better.
I know you do, but it makes things very difficult for me. Okay, O-Team, I guess I'll let you in on this because you're not gonna leave. This is Mayor JCK's home. His body has been found in basically every single room in the house. The only people who have been here in the last couple of days have been these 6 idiots.
How many bodies does he have? That's a lot of bodies.
Just one. It's just a lot of little pieces in a lot of places.
He is very good infiltrator.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sure. Definitely.
Fingers in all the pies.
Well, you did in fact nail something. There were in fact fingers in the pies in the kitchen. So
that is why I am the detective and you are the police officer.
I
look at the police officer and I say, "Now, I have no intention of interfering."
Of course.
But how exactly did he die, and when did you kill him?
Okay, you lose a fate point there, so you're down to 2 for using that particular stunt. So the constable gives you a look of what, and then says, "I didn't kill him. I just got here, just a few minutes before you."
That's unfortunate.
What you would say.
But I can tell you that whoever ripped him up did so to hide how they killed him. At least that's the best I can figure, because it's it's really complicated. But let's just say that, like, the blood splatter doesn't match. There'd certainly be a lot more things happening here if it weren't for if that was how he had died.
That's his first mistake. Blood always matched the drapes. Otherwise, it's garish.
One of the you see one of the suspects that are sitting in the back, a woman dressed completely in white, just nods very thoroughly with that statement. She just says, "Yep, 100% correct. Yep, absolutely."
Horatio approaches that one, stares her dead in the eye, and goes, "What do you know about blood?"
I'm full of it. Most things are full of it.
Oh, that's new to me. Okay, let me jot it notes.
Oh, goodness.
Chief Officer, are you full of it?
I set myself up for that one, didn't I? The constable just sort of face palms. He takes a moment, collects himself, and then says, "Okay, O-Team, if I had to break this down, I'll put it in this way. You need to find what killed him, you need to find where it happened, and through that, you need to find who did it."
Yes, the 5. I mean, many. Who? What? What? Again? What to? And how?
Yes. What did it? Where it happened? And who?
That's what I said.
Yes.
I look at the lady in white and I say, "Why did you do it?"
She sort of jumps up in a panic and goes, "What? I didn't! I was here on
Excellent.
completely unrelated business."
Business. Biggest crime of all.
You, one of the others, a woman in sort of this brilliant blue outfit with just a wide variety of colors sort of placed on it, nods thoroughly to that and says, "Yes, of course it would be that way. Businesses always have something to hide." And she turns to sort of like eye over the woman in white.
I think Man Gun would like to walk up to the police chief and say, "All right, boy in blue, how about you show us the crime scene, and we'll take it from there."
He gestures wildly to the whole house. The whole house is the crime scene. There are body parts literally everywhere.
Yes, very important. Which room did it happen in?
I don't know yet. I just got here.
Can you
That's
also
it.
tell us who did it and with what?
These are very important information things. Me think you not understand.
Me understand perfectly. It's why I'm here. Okay, Cornelius.
No, very good job, me think.
Okay, calm down. Oh, team, I'll tell you what. I will keep everyone here. I'll keep this place locked down. You're free to do whatever. Just go, please. See if you can look through the manor and figure out what happened. Please.
Man Gun goes ahead inside the front doors.
We may need a few things. Let's see. Call for all the king's horses, all the king's men. We've got to try and put him back together again and see how he died. First clue.
I'll get my deputies to see what they can do. And you see him pull out a radio to contact some poor grunts to do some dirty work for you.
I'm going to walk over to the nearest closet,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to open the door dramatically.
Okay. All right. What are you expecting to find?
I don't know.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna just make a roll here. I'm just gonna make a very general roll here. Let me just. You find some nice coats and an arm.
I
I
put
come.
on one of the coats, and then I take the arm, and I go, "Who left this in here?" To all of the-
Oh, if
to all
arm
of the
unclaimed,
suspects.
if arm unclaimed, give to McCurdy. I could use a hand.
Son of a.
Horatio puts his sunglasses onto Slywit's character.
Onto Angrus McGuyHurt.
Onto Angrus. You got the one-liner in. Here you go.
Then I look over to McGuyHurt and I go, "Yeah." And then I
Cornelius. So here's what y'all can do basically. You can explore the entire manor, see what you can find. There's a whole bunch of different rooms with different potential clues in there. You can also interview the 6 suspects at any time. They will be held at the front of the manor for you. So let's see if y'all can get a clue. What would you like to do
Arms
first?
useless right now. Need legwork.
So what room are we in right now? This is like
You're in like the main
lobby?
entryway. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where all the suspects are going to be kept.
I'm going to, let's see, try to walk into another room. I'm looking for the kitchen.
You're looking for the kitchen?
Yes.
Okay. The kitchen is a fairly easy find. It's it's just down a hallway and sort of off to the back corner of the manor. You can see there's 2 doors in it aside from the one you just came in through. One that goes to some sort of like pantry, it seems, and one that goes to the basement, you would guess. And indeed, as the constable said, there's about 4 or 5 pies sitting in the middle of the room, and there are some fingers sticking out of them. No thumbs, though.
Anyone want some pie? And I start getting a slice of pie for myself.
Just eat the evidence. Oh, goodness. Y'all are the best detectives.
I think better on full stomach of pie.
Horatio walks forward and picks up one pie and lifts it into the air. His eyes narrow, and suddenly we see the pie. It's in an oven. It's being baked. The pie was baked.
I come in after.
We spent so much money on this flashback, y'all.
This is where all the budget went. This is why we can't afford the intro scenes.
Come in after and look at the evidence and be like, murderer was hungry. That's it.
Do y'all maybe want to roll anything?
Yeah.
Or just make statements?
You don't tell Orc how to be detective.
We think we need to arrange these pies into some sort of chart. Could be message from killer.
There is probably clue inside of pies.
It says,
That's why I eat this one.
I just heard.
Can I try to find a clue in my pie?
You sure can. What would you like to roll?
Can this be Morkish?
And I think Morkish is fine here. So go ahead. Hey, 3.
That's a good one.
That's a pretty good roll. So with a 3, let me think. Aside from, body parts, Mister's body parts, you find that the pie has a strange and unique filling. Yogurt. And that's definitely something that's either a sign of someone was making a very odd pie, had particularly weird tastes, or they didn't have a damn clue of how to bake a pie and just used whatever was available.
Someone was trying to hide this yogurt in this pie.
Jesus.
They thought I wouldn't find it, but I remember my bestseller, the yogurt.
It's just the yogurt. Jesus.
In the pie.
Thank God you wrote that book in a moment, in a fit of pique.
Okay, I would like to gather some evidence.
Okay. Well.
Oh shoot, I forgot. Angrus McGuyHurt is gonna go to all the kitchen knives and start licking them one by one, just see if he can taste the evidence.
Okay. What sort of role do you think this is, Sly?
Well, this seems pretty clever to me, I would guess.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I'll allow Morkish this time.
Yeah.
This time.
Morkish.
It's generally not very clever to lick knives, but...
True. Okay. It could be cowardly. Well, it's not cowardly, I guess, but it could be mortgage.
Yeah.
So licking knives.
It's fine. It's a 3. So here's what I'm going to say you find. You do get just the sort of very, very talist scent of a taste of what you assume to be blood on one of the bigger knives. Doesn't look like it was used to stab, but perhaps this was one of the things used to sort of disperse our John Doe.
I announced to the group, "This tastes sharp." Ow.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Man Gun would like to look at all the suspects in the lobby.
Okay.
Just a brief description of all of them.
Okay. So there is a one of the deputies who is not used to working with you will even provide you with names and such about them.
Necessary. Can see many things through appearance. Judge many books.
So the woman in white is somewhat tall. She's dressed sort of like a 1920s flapper. She seems a little confused to be here, honestly. And you find her name is Trixie Titanium. There is a sort of a big burly man dressed in a fine sort of crushed velvet suit, with a nice ascot and a fedora that seems to be smoking cigars. He looks particularly unscrupulous and doesn't look too happy to be stuck here by the cops. And you find out his name is Antonio Amber. There is a portly-looking man in a naval uniform, you would guess. It's a nice, rich blue, and he has a mustache almost as impressive as yours. And he introduces himself as Captain Horatio Magellan Cobalt. There's a squat, red-headed man who looks... You see him sort of constantly fumbling for things in his pockets, and he looks just bedraggled and nervous, and he's looking around constantly like he's expecting someone to just jump out of nowhere and get him. And you find out his name is Liam Limerick. The woman in blue with the sort of multicolored accoutrements is sort of observing everything and writing it down in her own little notepad, and you find out her name is Samantha Spectrum. And the final person there is dressed in this sort of light blue fabric that's just completely covering most of her body. She looks like she's going for a very sort of spooky appearance, and you see her peering just into this crystal ball. And you find out her name is Berenice Bondi.
I point to the one with the mustache, walk up to him. Do you have royalty in family?
Captain Cobalt takes a moment and goes, "Oh, well, no, but I happen to be a good associate with the Queen."
Good. Need Queen's son. Need to find blueprints.
Son of a bitch.
When can you get word?
I'll, Detective, Constable, is this supposed to be happening? And, Cornelius sighs and goes, Man Gun P.I, we'll get you the blueprints for the house in just, 20 minutes. We'll just have to contact records.
I can get it faster myself. And I look to one of my goblins, and whichever one is the one that I know to be the one who's good at pulling up these
things
that should be organized and such.
This is 100% Higgy baby.
And just, I need blueprints. Go.
Okay, so here is what I will, if you wish to invoke, something here, I'll tell you, here is what, Higgy Baby will get for you. He will be able to get you the public blueprints for the manor, and he'll be able to get it to you within probably about 5 minutes, with minimal casualties. If you go for it, you might be able to find the blueprints that the public doesn't have, like the blueprints that belong to the actual owner of the house.
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go for it myself. And that'll be +2 to the relevant skill, which of course for me.
In this particular case, since it's about getting in something and grabbing it, I'm gonna say this is more of a coward 2 roll.
All right, I'll still go for that.
Okay.
And before I do it, I will say what you are about to see is great example of learned orc. Putting 2 hands to my head, blueprints, 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 and just start walking through the house. And that's 4 UI +2?
Yeah. Don't forget to add the pound sign.
Yep. That's a 1.
That's a 1. That's not gonna be enough to get the secret stuff. So your trip to your mind palace, unfortunately, little barren. Little barren right now. You're not used to houses. not
more mind cabin, I imagine.
Mine shack. But you manage to locate the actual blueprint, like the standard blueprints for the house, which give you the full layout. On the ground floor, there's the main entryway. There are several hallways, a few bathrooms, the kitchen, the pantry. There's an area that leads out back to the back garden and its various sheds and greenhouses, which you can see on the blueprint. There is 1 greenhouse and 1 shed. And then on the upper floor are the additional rooms, the entertainment rooms, the bedrooms, etc., stuff like that. There's this is a very big house. There are at least 40 rooms here, so you have plenty of place to explore.
Boy in blue. I mean the police officer.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in blue here, so good on you for clarifying it.
Out of character, I will clarify. In character, he doesn't clarify.
Of course.
I found important clue. You say body parts are found all over house. And so, using brain, I surmise, murder has taken place in-house. Here is blueprint. Should help.
Captain Cornelius, or Constable Cornelius Crow, takes the blueprints with just utter confusion, because they weren't supposed to be wherever the hell you found them just now, which was presumably in a broom closet.
Although, wrapped up in an umbrella holder.
Yes. Alternatively, also really funny if you just walked around the house, didn't enter any rooms at all, and just the blueprints were just suddenly in your hand. Either one's funny. But Constable Crow looks at you and goes, "Okay, thank you for this information, Man Gun P.I.
You will need help to find a way around house. Me already have it memorized."
I'm so very glad for you, Man Gun P.I.
It is burden of those of us who have more books.
Yep. Sure is. However will I compete with your book learning, Man Gun P.I.?
Horatio would like to smell the yogurt to see how old it is.
Okay. What fucking roll is this?
If it helps, he makes it a very dramatic thing because it's smelling a pie. So he jumps in the air and his feet flutter a little bit as he hovers towards it.
Son of a bitch. That's flashy. Go for it. It's 3.
All right. It's a 2.
It's a 2. Okay. The weird yogurt pie is incredibly fresh. I mean, the yogurt that has been baked is maybe not in the best condition. But you know, it didn't look like it was rotten or anything. So
and all pies were complete besides pie that
Cramgela Slamsbury.
Slamsbury slammed.
Exactly. Yes, all of the pies are complete. So you can assume that based on the number of pies and their freshness, that this large source of yogurt is nearby somewhere, which would be very strange.
I'm going to walk over to the refrigerator, and then I'm going to dramatically open it like I did with the closet.
There are some bagged sandwiches, some crackers, it looks like, which is odd to be put in a fridge, but you don't judge. Or at least I assume you don't judge. You can judge. It's fine.
I judge silently.
Some beverages, some milk, some orange juice, some tea, and only a very small container of yogurt that looks half-eaten, maybe? It's plain yogurt. There's not even any flavoring to it.
I open it up and I dab a little bit on my pinky and I run it under my nose. And I go, pure uncut yogurt. I look at everyone and I go, too much of this without processed, it's deadly.
Yes.
Even just a little bit.
Lactose tolerates nothing.
Ah, yes. If you eat this, you become pasteurized.
Me have an important question. Me opens the sandwich bag.
Yeah?
Checks for cheese.
Checks for what?
Cheese.
Cheese. Yes, the sandwiches have cheese in them.
Interesting. I put the cheese in my pocket.
Let me make a note here. We'll see how you can combine this with a rubber chicken later. Organic cheese. Oh, goodness. Okay, yeah. You have cheese now. And you have a half container of yogurt that could kill a man?
Yes, I'll take the container of yogurt and I'll head into the greenhouse.
Okay, so you're gonna head out back and into the greenhouse area?
Yes.
Okay. The greenhouse is fairly normal. It has a whole bunch of different plants growing in it. It's early enough in the year that like things are not quite ripe, but they're certainly, they're growing, coming along just fine. There's a few plants you recognize. There's a lot of plants you don't. And you can see that two thumbs have been placed in the two thumbs have been placed in the potted plants near the entryway of the greenhouse.
I examine the hue of the thumbs.
They're very green now.
I knew it.
They're definitely human thumbs, but they're as green as your thumbs.
I will take a scoop of the yogurt and place it on one of the living flowers and observe.
Let me roll. -2, huh? And the plant dies.
What a sound.
This reminds me of other book I wrote, The Scream of the Bellflower.
Who it toll for?
I
Me?
grab your sunglasses and I put them on my face and I go, murder.
These sunglasses are just gonna get passed around all game, aren't they? Maybe you should check. Maybe you should check the house for extra sunglasses so everybody can have some.
So, this entire time while they've been doing that, I've been trying to collect every knife in the kitchen, and I guess I'm putting them in my pockets, or pockets, maybe plural. And then I'm gonna go to like the very next room to the kitchen and open the door and see if there is murder in that room.
Okay.
Little bits of the mayor.
So there's two rooms. So there's two doors you can open. There's either the pantry or what looks to be a basement. Which one would you like to open?
I bet there are many things in the basement for Angrus and McGuyHurt.
Possibly.
Basement it is.
Okay. You open the basement door, and you get the most intense whiff of sour milk in your life.
Oh boy. I'm gonna go down while I think about sour milk, I guess. Not a whole lot for him to do with that, so he's just gonna go down and see what's down in the basement.
So in the middle of the room, so the basement, as I said, the stench only gets stronger as you go down, and you enter the room, and you can see the ceiling, floor, walls, everything is covered in old dry yogurt. And there are barrels of the stuff everywhere. And in the middle of the room, you see this enormous machine that looks kind of like a chair, you guess? It's definitely too small for you, but it's about human-sized. And it is some sort of just weird mechanical contraption. What would you like to do in the terrifying yogurt room?
My God, there's been 2 murders. Someone's destroyed a cow in this room. I pick up the strange machine and I start attaching knives to everywhere it looks like a knife can fit.
Okay. As you're doing that, you can see that etched into the chair is a little phrase, or it's a like ownership thing. It looks like some sort of note actually carved into the very metal from whoever gifted the mayor this chair. And it says, "To my friend J.C. Kellogg, enjoy, Wonka."
I, in absolute horror, flee from this room. This is too much for my poor orc brain. I just complete absolute terror. I flee from this place.
For anyone who doesn't get that, you really need to look up the life of John C. Kellogg. It's wild.
I'll keep that in mind.
So
I think I like run, throw open the door upstairs, and how do I even explain this to humans?
I will say you did find a little bit of the body down there, but it's not a part that's appropriate to say.
Twitch wouldn't appreciate it.
No, Twitch would not appreciate it.
No one go in there. Mayor has had terrible accident. Very embarrassing. It will ruin his election chances.
The fact that the problem is not the corpse aspect of it. The problem is clearly this. Can you retroactively make someone not the mayor?
Crimes greater than murder have been perpetrated in that room. We've got to. The mayor may have lost his life, but we might be able to protect his dignity.
Okay, so you've done that. You've got the blueprints, Man Gun, and Cramgela and Horatio Payne. You're both in the greenhouse. What would y'all like to do now?
You go first, because I did a thing earlier.
Mine might be simple to take care of. The Man Gun, having completely memorized the blueprints, is now going to push on every single possible thing in the house looking for a secret passage.
Roll 10 times.
All right, just base.
Forceful. So in this case, use wah.
Yep. Yeah, for you, one. Yeah,
+3.
+3.
Yep.
That'll be real good.
Mm-hmm.
So
just copy and paste that and do
1,
it 10 times.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. So we've got 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. So the good news is you've broken a lot.
You see this mustache? This mustache does not come from treating things gentle.
The good news is the combination of all those rolls, which when you actually think about it, those are some surprisingly low rolls. All things
surprisingly low, but at least none of them were negative.
Yeah, at least none of them were negative. So here is what you find with those collective rolls. You do find, in fact, after the final sort of breaking of a terrible, terrible thing, you accidentally knock over a bookshelf, which rips out part of the wall because it was supposed to be a secret passage. And now it's just
door escape through here.
Now it's just hole in wall. And you can see that in there is in that room is strangely enough what looks like a giant fish tank. Seems like this is a secret relaxation room of some kind because there's just 2 big chairs and an enormous fish tank that appears to have a shark in it.
I go up to the tank and point at the shark. Tell me what you know!
He break any moment now.
My mustache twitches in anticipation. Should I roll anything?
I'm trying to think what would be the best roll here. Roll Morkish.
All right. That's going to be +2.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Dang, that's a good roll. Okay. All right.
Always crack under pressure.
They always do crack under pressure. You don't actually want this to crack under pressure, though, because that's a tank holding a shark.
Glass not keep shark away from me. Glass keeping me from shark.
The shark doesn't say anything, but it does rise. It does make a weird looking sort of movement in the water, I guess. And you see it cough up something. It is a palm and a gun.
Shark killed! Shark is murderer! I immediately go to the lobby and inform the inspector that I found the murderer.
Okay.
Shark caught red-handed.
We can transition to Vermes
Yep.
for.
All right, Vermi. All right, Jacob. What do you want to do?
Okay. I'm going to look at the other flowers in the greenhouse,
Mm-hmm.
especially after my cruel display of
Of power.
power over them, and I'm going to say, "Me have no sympathy for tomfoolery." And then I am going to say, "Tell me what happened here the night of the murder."
He's put so many characters for us to question. We're questioning flowers, pies, sharks.
This is why I love the orc games. Why do I bother?
I don't know. McCurdy has transitioned to a completely different genre of thriller.
Okay.
People not reliable suspects. Me read book that say many eyewitness accounts be unreliable.
I wrote book that say that.
I
trust
eat
you.
book.
This account based on truth, not actual truth. Okay, that sounds like you're invoking fools fall in line.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna need you to take off another fate point. Because you're getting a benefit out of this. And I'm gonna say here is what happens. One of the plants pulls itself out of the ground, and you can see the root is shaped roughly like a tiny human. And it looks like it's going to scream. And then having heard the other plant sort of like quietly sinks back in and says, "Sorry, we don't know anything."
But
We weren't paying attention
Who-
when someone put the thumbs in here.
it seems, does it happen often?
What, people putting thumbs in here?
Yeah.
Well, I am a mandrake, so yeah.
Was it the mayor that had put thumbs in here before?
Before, yeah, he treated us real nice.
I only have these fingers. I put them in front of the mandrake.
The mandrake sort of looks at them mournfully. It's kind of hard to tell with a tuber. It sort of says, "Thank you. Sorry we wouldn't be much help."
Well, you know, this is how murder goes. No one think about who gets hurt. If you come with us, we find justice for you.
No, I can't really leave my pod. I'm not mature yet.
I grab it and I take it with me.
Yeah, you got the mandrake now.
We think when crime happened, time happened. That's why people serve time. We must figure out what time the crime began. We need a timeline, a crime line, if you will. And I'm gonna go into the room with all of our people,
The suspects,
you know,
the main
all
ring.
the suspects.
Okay, so you
And me start with biggest. You, Mr. Amber, come here. And I bring him to another room.
okay. Antonio Amber will follow you. I should probably put the names in the chat for y'all so you can actually, you have them just memorized. That's not the right chat.
All right.
So let me do this and then hide my secret notes.
The grandmom's knitting circle that you're part of has got a very strange message.
Yep. So there's the list of people. So you're taking Antonio Amber to another room, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Me look for a room with a chair and a light over chair to sit him down in.
You find one. You find the interrogation room.
Excellent. Mr. Amber, please have a seat.
He does.
Tell me, Mr. Amber, why did you come to visit our good mayor?
The mayor and I have a lot of business together, you see. It's only natural that I'd come to visit him. I had some particular business to take care of with him recently. He and I have been having some issues in regards to my, trying to think of the proper way to say this. My, local sports teams.
Interesting. What day did you come to visit him last?
Well, I came yesterday.
It's a likely story. We want to know more about sports team. How good are chances of racehorse this year?
Oh, well, if you bet on the right ponies, you can make a pretty penny, but, it's gonna be a bit
Who would
difficult.
bet on pony? They're so small compared to horse. You're bad at sports. We've got you in first lie.
He sort of gives you a shrug like, don't know what to tell you. You're one of those types that doesn't get metaphors, aren't you?
Me could lift 4 metal things easy. Me need to go find 4 metal things. You stay here.
Angrus McGuyHurt kicks the door open and grabs Amber by the lapel and says, "Who do yogurt crime? Who do yogurt crime?" And is just shaking it.
Who do yogurt crime? He looks absolutely confounded by that. And he goes, "What the hell do you mean yogurt crime?"
I stop and I slowly let him go. Nothing happened.
Well,
Like Homer, I back out of the room slowly and disappear out the door.
I've returned with 4 metal things and I'm lifting them up and down. Me no lying, you lying. Tell me what else you lie about. Did you even know the mayor? Were you even here yesterday?
He gives you another look like, what the hell are you talking about? And says, "I'm telling you the truth. I was here yesterday. I came to talk with the mayor with my good associate out there, Mr. Liam Limerick." Lying bastard.
He's the liar.
Sometimes.
What he lie about?
Let's just say we've had some disagreements over our sports teams.
He win more often than you.
Only because he's sweetening the pot.
Need to get some hot goss.
Putting like honey in the pot?
Sure, we'll go with that.
It is sweet. Me want to get some of his honey. You stay here while me go get honey.
Okay. I guess Angrus McGuyHurt. What are you doing now?
See, I come back into the room, and I'm still a bit haunted by what I've seen. It's a little bit too much for my mind to contemplate.
It's a lot for anyone to contemplate, really.
Yeah. And I have all these knives. I've been trying to build I've been trying to build an interrogation machine out of knives and probably the pies. I stick the pies up like accusatory finger, the fingers in it. I stick it up like the pies are accusing them.
Okay.
And then I set up the knives. And I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. It's there to intimidate the witness. And then I make them bring someone in and sit him down in the kitchen to face justice, which is the name of the interrogation machine, which is pretty much just the shame of the four fingers pointing at them.
All right.
The pie knows what you've done.
Go ahead and roll coward to build your machine.
Okay. Grab that stat real quick. I should really get the this just copy and pasted. That's not bad.
Your machine works pretty well. Who would you like to interrogate?
Who is the one who looks most like yogurt?
The one who looks most like yogurt?
Yes.
I
mean, like I imagine maybe a little rounder, a little paler.
I mean, like physically, I would guess Liam, but or Liam. I guess just based on clothing, Trixie?
Let's go with Liam.
Okay.
He seems like the kind of person who would do yogurt crimes.
Okay. You bring Liam Limerick into the kitchen and set him down, and he goes, "What the hell are you doing with me, boy?"
Question is better. What you do with this? I run to the fridge, open it so fast, probably everything spills and breaks out. Looks in the wreckage for the yogurt, picks it up. Does this look familiar? Open it up and hold it under his nose.
He sort of like backs away, and you can hear his stomach gurgling in response. And he goes, "Oh, keep that shit away from me! I can't! I can't! Oh, I'm gonna be sick."
Shit, you say? Methinks you know more than you let on.
Who told you?
I look down at the four fingers and say, he told me. Look at how he points at you.
Liam...
This little piggy went to market. This little piggy went to the other place. And this little piggy says, you! You!
This little piggy's accused! Liam does something that you don't expect from a human and jumps up the table to grab you by the lapels and stare you dead in the eyes. And says, "Look, I may be much smarter than you, but do not fuck with me, boyo, okay? Are we clear? Are we clear? 'Cause I will get in you and cut you open."
Oh boy. I look stunned and go, no, this, you do it wrong. Me ask you question, and you look scared. Sit down, try again.
He follows the orders and sits down, but he's looking less scared of you now. And looking, he still looks nervous, but again, like he's expecting someone to jump out of, something else and like get him. But he's not worried about you anymore.
Perhaps we get off on the wrong foot. You see, I pick up one of his other feet and I throw him.
Roll wah.
Okay.
That's a 4.
Oh, wow.
Damn. Yeah, you throw him against the wall pretty successfully.
Damn.
And you see a bunch of just small metal trinkets fall out of his pocket as he hits the wall and sort of slides down in a semi-conscious state.
So, as I was saying, how weather today? How are you? How wife?
My weather's fine. She's doing good. Wife's been shitty lately, though. It's always raining.
See, this much better foot to get off on. I want to go and pick up one of those. I want to go and pick up one of the metal contraptions that dropped.
Little trinkets.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see their little charms. It looks like there's one in the shape of a heart. There's a clover. There's a horseshoe.
And balloons.
Damn. Okay. I add these to my machine.
You have okay. Yeah.
I filled. I have hearts, stars, horseshoes. Do you have clovers and blue moons?
You see him start to like rise from the floor. A little bit of the colors coming back into his face. And he points at you and says, "You bastard! I knew you were after me, Lucky Charms!"
Yep, there it is. There it is.
And he dives to knife you.
He dives to knife me?
Yeah, he's gonna grab a knife and try to stab you.
Oh, thank you. I pick it up and I add it to my machine. Needed a new knife. Much better now.
I need you to roll to dodge.
Which is dodge again?
In this case, it's probably a quick action because this is happening fast, so red.
Okay.
And let me make my counter roll.
Oof. Lucky. The Lucky Charms did not work for me.
No, they didn't. You have put a consequence on him, in that you have taken his Lucky Charms. But you now have at least one wound. The single stress box you'll need to mark.
Yeah, I checked off my stress box.
Okay. You have a knife in you and a very angry Irishman also in the room with you. What would you like to do? Or should we skip scenes a little bit?
Yeah, let's bounce to another scene.
Okay. I believe you were going to proclaim the good news, Man Gun P.I.
I burst into the foyer. Found murderer!
All of the people in the room, which is everyone but Antonio and Liam, I guess, look shocked. And one of them says, "Is it those gnarly gentlemen?" And
no, you all stay here. You still suspects. Policemen, follow.
Constable Cornelius Crow shrugs and says, "Okay." Points to the suspects and says, "Don't leave. I have the place surrounded." And follows you wherever you go.
I show him the shark with the hand and the gun, the palm, I should say, and say, "You see, shark, use gun, shoot many times, shoot body apart. Case solved."
Are you sure that's the case? What?
Pretty sure.
How would the shark spread the body?
Sharks are creatures beyond reason.
Is there any evidence the shark has left this tank?
Make a good point. Me read book once. Very old, very thick book. Big fish swallow man. Maybe. Murderer is hiding inside shark.
Are you going to try and climb inside that shark?
Me too big. Do we have small people able to climb inside things and rip apart from inside?
Maybe one of your goblin friends here?
What goblin friends?
The ones that have been following you all day?
You must be thinking of something else.
I-
What about strange little man in lobby? Was not there last time I saw.
So, real fast, out of character, what?
Liam. What about Liam?
Okay. I thought that might be the case, but I wanted to be certain. Because with orcs, you never know.
True. Very true.
He sort of looks at you and goes, one of your other team members dragged him to the kitchen, I think.
Ah, you see, good minds think alike. Which way they go?
To the kitchen.
Very good. I leave for the kitchen.
You have memorized the blueprints, right?
Me know where I'm going. It will take me a little while to get to the kitchen.
Okay. Fair enough. Horatio Payne, Cramgela Slamsbury, what are you two doing?
Okay. I had just left the greenhouse.
Correct.
So, I guess as I hear that the murderer has been found, I walk back to the main room in time to see them leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look back at the other, suspects, and I go, this first accusation, always red herring. And then I
Me
look
think
back.
it is shark. Me think not bird.
I look back at the rest of them, and I go, me here, have buddy, and I hold the mandrake in front of me. And
Is
I
it
go,
still screaming?
Not now. It looks a little like it's passing out.
I go, it time for good cop, bad cop. And I, let's see, how many are left in there? It was
4.
just
It's
4 of them.
Yeah, 4 of them. Trixie Titanium, Captain Horatio Magellan Cobalt, Samantha Spectrum, and Berenice Bondi.
Okay. I'll do it in the order that you said. Trying to pull the thing here. Okay. Do you know how to roll just a d4?
Just a D4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the, # 1 D4. Like so. 4.
What was the last one that you said? in that list?
Berenice Bondi.
I point at them, and I go, you come with me, and I walk into another room, and I open up the door.
All right, she follows. She looks confused, but she follows. Although, to be fair, she has looked confused since the moment you saw her.
I close the door, and I look at them, and I go, can me get you anything?
She takes a moment, sets the crystal ball on the table, and stares very firmly into it and goes, I need a nice cup of tea if you could.
I walk outside, and I leave the mandrake on the table.
Okay. You got it.
And then I walk back in with a bunch of papers, and they all have tea written on them, and I just pour them in front of her.
She definitely looks weakened by this mandrake that has started screaming again, which I won't do for the sake of our audience.
I look at the mandrake and I go, "Stop! Stop! I'll have your badge." And then I pick the mandrake up and I go, "Me sorry about him."
So the mandrake is the bad cop.
Yep.
And then I look back at her and I go, "Tell me, I know it very hard. What happened here?"
That's what I've been trying to determine. You see, I am gifted with sight beyond sight. I can see into the spectral realm. I was attempting to contact Mr. Mayor Kellogg's ghost, and unfortunately I have been so... The spirits have been crying out, and I have been unable to reach him in particular.
Well, we must try whatever spirit they might know. Bring me spirit right now! Please.
You're asking Berenice to do that?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see how good this is. A 3, huh? Okay. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll Morkish here.
It's for you one.
Yeah, for you one. Oh! Okay. So here is what happens. You see her stare deeply into the crystal ball. She begins to sort of like make these very grand gestures, and you hear her speaking in some weird unknown language. And then you hear her say, "Ghosts! Spirits! If you are with us, knock 3 times!" And you notice that the knocking noise that happens is coming from her.
I take the mandrake and I smash it against her face.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, you do that.
Do I need to roll anything?
Are you just trying to injure her?
Yeah.
She's injured.
I look at the mandrake and I go, "Whoa, you are a loose cannon!"
The mandrake goes, "Please kill me."
I go, "There will be time once your justice is done. Do not worry."
Oh, God.
And then I look back at her and I go, I pity no fool.
Oh.
This is not Fool's Fall in Line.
No, I figured.
I go, that not spirits. That just knocking. You bring me spirits right now.
Berenice, dealing with a broken nose from a mandrake that was shoved into it and already looking pretty weak, slumps against the table and goes, "Please, just stop, please. I can't summon spirits, okay? I can't do it."
Why you pretend to do such things?
Because I've got no other marketable talents, okay?
That not true. I sit down. And I hold her hand and I go, you can do many good things, like pretend you summon spirit and knock. Was good try at knocking.
That's literally what I have been doing, okay? There's a lot of rubes out there. I'm sure you're aware of that.
What is a rube?
An
I don't
idiot,
know.
a moron. Someone easily fooled.
A fool, you say?
Yeah, fool.
I pity them.
Yeah, well, I don't. They keep me fed.
You are a fool. But are you a murderer?
She crosses her arms and says, look, I may be a fraud and a charlatan, but I am not a murderer.
Maybe you try, you can't summon real ghosts, you try to make one.
Do you have any idea how dumb that sounds?
No?
Well, shit.
Actually sounds very smart to me.
Do you really? Okay. All right. Do you think I could have come up with that plan then? If it's so smart?
Fool could not, no. I look again and I go, so why were you here to see Mayor?
Because he had a little problem with me using my trade in town, we'll say. I was hoping to give him a good enough show to convince him maybe to let me go.
And where were you when pieces of the mayor's body were found?
I was in town peddling my trade.
So you were selling ghosts?
Yes, I was selling ghosts.
Well, I think you no longer suspicious to me, ghost lady. But stay out of my way.
Okay, you got it.
And I'll go back into the other room.
All right. Berenice, is Berenice allowed out of the room, or?
Do you want to leave this room?
I'd like to be able to go home at some point, yeah.
You stay in here and think about what you did.
I didn't do it! Whatever,
You
fine.
stay in here and think about what you didn't do.
Alright. I guess let's cut to Horatio Payne before we get back to the stabbing.
Yeah, okay. Horatio opens the door to the kitchen and sees them stabbing.
Yeah.
And goes, there was no honey when I checked here last time. Sorry for interrupting. And closes door and returns to his investigation.
Okay.
With Amber. And he sits down and looks at Amber, Antonio Amber, and goes, there are good news, there are bad news. Good news, we found murderer.
Oh,
bad
you
news.
did you?
Yes. He is being arrested, maybe. Bad news, you not murderer. So me not need to talk to you no more. Me know that's sad for you.
Very, very sad for me, yes, absolutely.
So, maybe we'll let you go back to lobby, but you can still not leave yet.
Okay.
And on the way, would you like, and he pulls out the thing of cheese, some cheese. Would you touch this cheese? And he holds it closer.
Antonio takes a moment. He's looking at you weirdly, but he takes it and says,
Not the whole thing, you so greedy. One bite.
okay. He rips off a small piece of said cheese and consumes it. And
How
says,
tummy feel?
Feels great.
There's the other.
Okay, go wait in the lobby.
And Antonio will go get up and move to the lobby.
McGuyHurt was stabbed!
I guess let's get back to the stabbing then. So you have an angry Irishman stabbing you. What would you like to do, Angrus McGuyHurt?
So he stabs me. There's a knife in McGuyHurt.
Yeah.
And McGuyHurt goes, stay here. And then moves, knife still in him. He sets up something in the kitchen, things across the counters, puts all the plates standing on end, puts a picture frame in a very specific spot, ties a rope to the sink, to the picture frame, and fills puts a bucket underneath on a seesaw. And then on the other end of this, a G.I. Joe that looks like it's diving and with a parachute. And then there's a fan on the other side of that he sets up and plugs in and ties a string to the end of a hamster. And on the other end of the hamster, but you can't see it yet, is some seed for him to do. And I do this, I go all the way around, come back in and say, okay, grab knife again. He grabs knife. I say, ha, I've prepared for this. And I knock over one of the plates all fall over. They knock over the thing in the in the kitchen. The water fills up. The picture frame falls. The hamster goes and chases the bird, the seed. The GI Joe flips and goes and drifts over. And then when it's all done, a tea kettle pours a little bit of tea into a teacup. I take the teacup, I sip it, and then I punch him right in the face.
I'm so glad we gave you like 20 minutes to think up this Rube Goldberg machine that boiled down to I cast fist.
Yeah, so I would like to cash in on the duct tape paperclip to solve my problem.
So you're going to use your once a game move to...
Well, you know what? Actually, yes. Let's hold back on that. I just read it was once a game.
Yeah, it's once per game, unfortunately, because MacGyver only made the crazy thing once per episode.
I would be fine with that being the use once per game.
It's if you use it, I'll put it this way: if you use it as your once per game, it will solve the problem completely. If you do anything else, it will there will be a back and forth.
You know what? I was planning on making. I'll just go ahead and make it. I'm cashing in on that, and I've made a machine where I punch him in the face and solve my problem.
It gave you the energy to punch him in the face. You knock him out in one blow.
This tea will give me the quick energy I need to punch you in the face.
So you knock Liam Limerick out completely. You are free to sort of check over him as needed as you deal with your...
I believe two of my comrades have just stepped into the room.
Yes.
So I turn to them and say, "Ha! I have found murderer. See? He tried murder."
That's very interesting. I find murderer as well. I grab Liam Limerick by the foot and start dragging him to where I'm going.
Other foot! That wrong foot! Grab other foot!
Sorry. I grabbed the other foot.
You grab the other foot.
Me only one not to solve crime.
And I look at them and I go, "Not quite." And then I walk over to Liam, and I wave the mandrake in his face to make it scream to try to wake him up.
I'm still dragging, by the way.
I'm sure
this
you
can
are.
happen as we're moving.
I hope
I
we're
grab a
moving through
couple
the
more
lobby.
Lucky Charms and put them in my pocket.
You got it. Liam wakes up. He looks pretty dazed, but he definitely looks like the fight's been kicked out of him.
I go and I look and I say, Liam, remember me? I was your English teacher.
You're cashing in on yours too?
Yes.
Boy, Liam, you must feel really lucky.
Mrs. Slamsbury. Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't recognize you. Oh, what can I do for you? My best teacher ever.
I know it looks like you've got into very rough things lately, Liam.
Yeah, you could say
But I
that.
know that you are not capable of murder, despite the fact that you stabbed my friend.
Allegedly.
You make good points. He incapable. He failed to murder me completely.
You're right. I've never successfully murdered a single person. That's why I'm the
We can
bane
make
of the
that better.
criminal underworld. Everyone thinks I'm a fucking joke.
But I know you have information about who did. You've got to tell us, Liam. It's the only way you will ever see the end of that rainbow.
I was thinking you were about to say, it's the only way you can fulfill your destiny and become a murderer.
Liam is going to sigh and say, I don't know who actually did it, because otherwise this would be fucking easy. But I know I didn't do it, and I know Tony didn't do it, because he and I have been working together lately. And I'm pretty sure that that weird ghost lady, whatever, fucking specter person, didn't do anything either. She's been
I
paying
already
us.
figured that out.
She's been paying us pretty well. What else? I don't think you need to worry about that Sam lady either. She just writes a rag column for the local paper. I don't think she's got it in her to kill anybody.
Rag's very deadly. Killed many people.
Probably integrity. Journalistic integrity.
Let me know when you, the DM, decide we're at the Shark Tank.
You're at the Shark Tank.
Okay.
I have invention.
Yes?
I need $3 million, and you get no equity. This is a stick up. Invention is robbery.
Thank you.
No. This shark have no money. This shark have no integrity. This shark harbor murderer. Liam, how is the Shark Tank situated?
It's just a really big fucking tank.
How tall? Is it an open top?
It's a little taller than you are, but it is open top, yes.
I use the goblins as a step stool to get above it.
You got it.
I hold Liam, on the edge of the Shark Tank.
What the
Liam,
fuck are you doing?
That shark, hide murderer. And if you don't get him, you take fall. You must get inside shark. Find murderer. Bring him out. You have it in you. I know it.
What do I have in me?
Fighting spirit.
Me hand him a
No, he
knife.
bad murderer. He have no fighting spirit. He pushed over.
This is his chance to murder.
Yes.
Bad fighting
Shark
spirit?
is
We need to give him knife.
Shark is murderer of sea. If he kill Shark, he kill anything.
GuyHurt, give
Here,
knife.
take knife back. I grab the knife from my gut, pull it out, and hand it back to him.
Now,
I
remember-
look at Liam and I go, if you are unable to fight a simple shark, that would make you a fool. And you know what I thought about them? after all those years of English.
How could I forget? Man, I made Liam a literal, like, mob boss, and y'all are making me sad for him.
Just remember, hold breath, cannot breathe water.
And I
Wait,
would
what?
like to, not my once per game, but I would like to use the once per scene.
Mm-hmm.
Liam, I read in book. You can do anything. I push him in.
I wrote the book.
All right, you got it. You got it. Liam falls in the shark tank. Shark swallows him whole. Let's see what happens.
Who's rolling, me or you?
Oh, that doesn't look good.
One of these is so the first one is for the shark. This one's for Liam.
Before you roll it.
Oh, no.
Hold on. What were you gonna say, Jacob?
Yeah, Jake, I'm fine retroactive.
This seemed like plan. This seemed like plan could possibly come together.
Mm-hmm.
Me like to trigger aspect, a plan comes together.
Okay. All right. That adds +2. I'll okay.
And he still died.
All right. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna
But
say.
that part of plan.
Here's what I'm gonna say. So having him die is part of the plan?
Yes, the ghost lady will talk to him. And we can question him about murder.
He's innocent, though.
But as a ghost, he may know more. He could talk to other ghosts for us. That'd be very useful.
Oh, undergrave agent.
Okay.
That was terrible.
All right. Liam dies. And his
I do not pity him, for he was a fool.
And his ghost walks out of the shark tank.
Good work.
Your plan has come together.
Did you find murderer in shark?
No, it was just more fucking shark.
What? Who
I
put
told
shark
you,
in shark?
first one, red herring.
Wait. Hold on. Me need to consult little voice. I would like to spend a fate point to consult the little voice in my head. And just to paint the scene, he climbs down from the goblins because he's been surveying this from the top, goes to a corner of the secret room, not even the chairs that are in there, hunches over, hands to his temples, like pushing and straining, eyes screwed shut. And you can even see sweat beading on his brow as he consults common sense.
Okay. So, here is what you piece together using your common sense. You know that there are 3 people who are vouched for as not the murderer. You know there is one that has at least some vouching, and there are that leaves 2 suspects that aren't the shark left. You're pretty sure sharks can't use guns. Pretty sure. And even if it could use a gun, the rest of the building wasn't wet. So the shark probably didn't get out of the tank. Which means it would have been very hard for it to drop the body parts everywhere.
All right.
And so that leaves, with what you have heard, that leaves Trixie Titanium, Captain Cobalt, and maybe Samantha Spectrum. So the question is, who would want to kill him, and why would they want to hide the body like this?
Okay. I'm going to relay this information by declaring in a burst to the party, me understand. We must find why was murder.
Why easy? You want him dead. You do it.
Yes. This make total sense now. You know who it is.
I solve case. Murderer want victim dead. We did it, boys.
All right.
I'm gonna head back to the lobby.
We have to separate them, get stories straight from each one.
Before you go, me need small man's hat. And me need all of you to call me small man. I go undercover.
Very clever. No one will suspect.
Exactly.
Hold on. Need to fetch hat from Shark. Can I roll to just reach in and grab the hat?
You don't even need to roll. I think you just reach
Okay.
into the shark and pull out the hat.
Okay. Thank you. Good boy.
The shark looks at you with its cold, dead eyes.
Good puppy.
Should I do anything now that I'm haunting the icy hereafter?
No, you've accomplished all you need to.
Go on patrol.
Go and rest in peace.
Ghost patrol.
Find ghost of victim and arrest.
Okay. I'll do my best as a deputy now? Can you
Yes.
even legally do that?
Legality has no place here in an investigation.
You're right.
We only seek justice, not legality.
Fair enough. So he
You
just...
see
I'm not
this
that
mustache?
far.
You see this mustache?
Yeah?
Mustache don't play by rules.
I'm
Yeah.
not past bar. Big Chief hit me with bar, I fall down.
All right, so y'all are heading to the foyer.
Mhm.
All right.
As we're on our way to the foyer, I would like to just more in character. Me been thinking. You say Tony no kill, Liam no kill, and me rule out Shark. Shark no kill. And you say Ghost Girl,
She
Ghost
no
girl.
kill.
Ghost Girl no kill. That leave White Girl, Blue Boy, Rainbow, and Policeman.
Yes.
Mm.
And
No
me.
one thinks just policeman at first, but Big Brain knows even policemen can do murder.
Objectively true. All right.
We all divide them. We all question them.
Me call policeman. Me smart enough to know.
Oh boy.
Leave me in room with whichever one you don't pick with others. Me get Tony to help fight.
All right. Who would
I will talk to the titanium lady.
All right, you'll talk to Trixie. Okay. So Trixie is going to Cramgela Slamsbury. And Constable Crow is going to be interviewed by Man Gun P.I. McGuyHurt, who would you like to interview between Captain Cobalt and Samantha Spectrum?
Samantha Spectrum looks smaller, more easy to defeat. I will take her.
Okay.
I assume. I could be wrong.
Yeah, and thus you will take Captain Cobalt, Horatio Payne. Okay.
Out of character, I've nailed down a few of these through hints of the GM and through their names, but some of them are still escaping my my understanding because I'm not too knowledgeable on cereal mascots, considering that they do change sometimes.
I am glad that I managed to get that to work with all of these.
It's been very clever so far.
Every single character I've named has been cereal related.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured that out with Antonio, the
Yep.
sports guy.
Yep.
Yep. Good old Tony.
Yep. Good old
Which really,
Tony.
which really makes me think that Tony has a estranged cousin that he despises, who is known as the Cheetah.
Chester.
That damn Chester.
So yes, let's start from the top. What would you like to ask Trixie, Cramgela, or rather, how would you like to set this up?
I'll walk in to the interrogation room.
Okay.
And I'll look at her, and I'll turn back to the mirror, and I'll say, "What you know about yogurt?"
Trixie is going to take a moment and go, well, it's a delicious snack sometimes. It's basically curdled milk, I think. I've never actually really tried to figure out what yogurt is. It's not really sort of my thing.
Great mysteries of the universe.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not your thing, is it?
No. Why? Is yogurt important to this case?
You tell me.
I thought you were the detective?
Well, you think you can play tricks on me?
No?
Silly rabbit. Tricks for kids! And I slam my fist down on the table and I stare at her. I go, we try this again. What? Why were you here to speak with Mayor?
She pauses and, it's almost like her entire demeanor has changed with that line. And she just leans forward and matches you, look for look, and says, well, really, darling, I was just here to get a little trinket from the mayor. Can't blame a girl for trying, can you?
What were you looking for?
Oh, nothing to worry your pretty little head about. Nothing related to this mess, at any rate.
What do you think I am? Step away.
A responsible detective doing their job to make sure that whoever committed this heinous act of murder is brought to justice.
No, you think I fool.
I've never implied that, but you're free to call yourself whatever you want.
You think I am fool, but no, I am the one who pities the fools.
Is that so?
Do you think you can fool me?
Well, I did this far, didn't I?
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, mandrake on you! I pull out the mandrake again.
Oh, God.
And I try to get it to scream at her.
Its scream is super weak at this point because you uprooted it way before it was ready. It deals a little bit of stress damage to Trixie Titanium, but she does not look terribly harmed by it.
That was just a taste. She sits the mandrake on the table again, and then sits down in the chair. Just tell me what you were looking for.
A little artifact that the mayor got from a friend who is, shall we say, very far away.
Sorry, very what?
Far away. It really is nothing of importance, just a memento that I wanted to take for myself.
The man is dead. You say it not important, I say it is important.
I do a lot of things in my line of work, but I have not once murdered anyone.
But do you steal from them? Are you a thief?
I take whatever things gather my interest, but most often it's not something material, no.
Not something material. Do you take someone's life? And I slam my fist on the table again.
No, I take information.
Then give me some information.
I've given you all the information I have. I really don't know what else you want from me.
Now, and I'm going to spend my last fate point here.
Mm-hmm.
I have no intention of interfering with your business.
Okay.
I just want to see you go home safe and for murderer to be destroyed.
Fine. I was here to pick up a golden apple. As I said, it's not much, just a memento. The mayor obviously wasn't going to part with something, so I snuck in here a few days ago, under cover of night, to try and take it. But I couldn't find the blasted thing. I pretended to be a suspect here so I might have another shot at looking for it. And then you came in and locked us all in that room.
Actually, I think policemen lock you in room, but it's fine.
Yes, but it's easier to deal with a policeman when he's distracted by an actual investigation.
So you're not murderer then?
No.
Well, you sit tight then, and you have nothing to worry about.
Fine.
And I'll leave the room.
All right. Who would like to go next?
I would specifically like for the policeman one to go last.
Okay. So, do you want to interview Samantha Spectrum or Captain Horatio Magellan next?
I can go either way.
How about you take the next one then?
All right.
All right.
Me swaggered in the room.
All right, so Horatio's interviewing Horatio. Are you interviewing... I assume you're interviewing him in a separate room?
No, me in main lobby room.
Oh, you're
with
just in the...
everyone around.
Yep, okay.
Yes, because me disguised as Limerick.
Ah, true. You are disguised as Liam Limerick. You best roll for that, by the way.
All right, what me roll?
I believe it says on your sheet. Morkish.
Morkish
Yep.
+2.
Yep.
I assume that's a fate point.
No, that one's not a fate point.
Oh, cool.
Because it's such a it's like a minor bonus for a thing that with very specifics.
That is a 4.
A 4.
That's pretty good.
Given that it's a +5, that's actually really bad.
Yeah, it is bad.
Because that's a -1, which is yikes. But that's fine. That's fine. A 4 is still pretty good. I'm gonna roll to see. Let's roll a general one to see if anyone gets it. It sounded like something just disconnected.
Oh, that might have been me moving the microphone out of the way again.
Good God.
All me charms.
Yes. Everyone believes you are in fact who you say you are.
All me charms.
Despite the fact that you are bright green and like 6 feet tall. And he was 4 foot nothing. And human.
He eats shark, become power as shark.
Tony.
What is it, Liam?
Me think this whole thing gonna break bad.
What makes you think that?
Me saw them feed man to shark. Cops gone. They all off hook.
Holy shit.
Shark has joined them. Has gun.
So what do you think we should do?
Me think we should all spill all our secrets. That way, everything clear. We don't want to get busted.
Well, You and I both know why we were here, and we can vouch for each other, so what's the plan?
Hey, you, Mr. Captain.
Yes, what?
Get over here. We may use you too.
Okay, what sort of business is happening?
All these orcs go bad.
Ugh.
So we think we cover each other. Why were you here?
Oh, well, just here to visit one of my old friends when I was under General Mills.
Goddamn.
You wiped all your fingerprints off that gun, right?
What gun?
This is not time for secrets. Orcs kill a man.
The orcs have killed a man? Well,
You spill beans now, or we all die.
well,
Hey, look, me tell you deepest, darkest secret. If you tell me your deepest, darkest secret. We got to earn trust if we gonna escape.
well, don't really know what there is to tell you. I'm perfectly acceptable member of the Navy. I'm just dealing with a lot of things.
In the Navy, do they teach you how to cut up body in Navy?
Well, I know how to kill a man, but not really had much to use it since the war.
All right. Me think we all clean here, so we all just tell Orc that you need to take the fall for us. One of the three of us must die. You seem smallest. Least amount wasted.
I've still got a few years of vim and vigor in me. How dare you, sir?
Me think you've lived long enough to become captain.
I still have a few promotions left in me, I'm sure. Just need to prove myself.
Not after orcs prove you'd kill him.
I'd like to see them try. Soggy bastards.
Yeah, they're bad. They would never be able to catch you, because you murdered him and you got away with it so goodly.
Really stuck on that theory, aren't you, boy?
Look, I didn't kill him.
And I did not kill him either.
I know my boy Tony didn't kill him. How itchy your finger?
Not terribly.
That's because you just satisfy itch. With your itchy gun finger.
You are impossible. I'm getting the constable.
You scratched the finger just like you scratched the man.
I think this line of questioning is starting to go nowhere.
Yes, it's gone nowhere very quickly. But I would like to make him irrationally angry.
He's definitely getting irrationally angry.
And I'd like for him to make a mistake.
All right.
I spend one fate point.
Okay.
If I may, out of character, suggest, it probably would be a really easy way to get him rationally angry to call into question his status as a captain.
You don't seem like a captain. You seem like an ensign. An ensign man.
How dare you, sir? I earned these stripes. I earned this hat. I earned this cutlass. I fought the Soggies, not you. You don't know what I've seen in the war. You don't know what that bastard left me behind for.
And so you left him in bits. I take off my hat. I put on my sunglasses. Wow! Once per game, won't be full.
You crunchitized him.
No, so
I don't know if that could. I guess that doesn't actually apply here after I've read it.
Okay.
It just seemed like the time to put on my sunglasses.
All right. So
I guess I'm putting on my sunglasses, not using the power.
okay. I think that's definitely going to sort of throw him off his kilter. And you're not using your power, so what you have said is not, in fact, definitively true.
I mean, it would be funny if it was. Case closed.
Yeah, that again, I always give you guys broken powers, and I'm always very pleased that you choose not to just abuse me for it. Sometimes. But he is definitely, I think, jumping to the top of that list.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, does that seem like a good place to switch over to McGuyHurt and Samantha?
Okay.
Is that okay with you, Jacob?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, let's switch over to that. Are you in a separate room?
Yes, I take Samantha off. The one with a bit of mood lighting,
Mm-hmm.
and take her by the hand and lead her into it. And go in, find a couple of books, maybe light them on fire and put them on the table for candles.
Mm-hmm.
And sit down and say, Samantha, tell me about self.
Well, I'm a journalist, for one thing. I'm just here to report on this story. I can't help that the cops think that I had some sort of involvement with this terrible crime.
Ah, yes. When no news, make news. Wink, said out loud.
I'm not in that sort of business. I know that people have called me unscrupulous, but I do have some standards.
Ah, Scroopaloop's favorite cereal. Would you say you have a nose for story?
Yes, I would say that when it comes to stories, I follow my nose.
Ah, yes. Me too, follow nose. Would you like little snack? I pull out the tin of yogurt I snatched from the kitchen and scoot it across the table. Uncut pure. I take a knife and cut it. Now cut pure.
She takes a pinky, dabs it into the yogurt, and brushes it under her nose. I probably shouldn't while I'm at work, but I can't help myself sometimes.
I lean forward. Me found it in basement.
She immediately pulls out her notebook and says, "And what else did you find down there, perhaps?"
So you don't know what's in basement?
No, I don't, but I'd be very interested in finding out.
Methinks you should follow nose.
Yogurt, eh? Can't just be that. There's gotta be something more, right?
I say... Well, that's a strange noise from someone. I end up standing up and say, "Me take you to basement. Then you can see."
This feels like some sort of trick. What's your game plan?
My game is I'm going to lean against the prop myself, my hand a little on my chin on my hand, and flash her a smile that is all tusk.
Mm-hmm.
And say, "You look beautiful in light of battle." And I'm going to try to charm the shirt off her back.
Okay.
It's probably built up to the question, but here's me. Let's see. Yeah, once per scene. So does that just happen when I cash in the fate point?
Yep.
Or do I roll?
Okay. It's just a thing that happens.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I say, look beautiful in light of battle, and nose so big, see all. You must see something about others. You must see who make murder. But you hold it to self for good story. But together we make story better. Make 2 murders, maybe.
She takes a moment and says... Sorry, you were going to say something?
Oh, no, that's just... I want to get her to spill what she's doing here.
Okay.
And I guess it would be either what she's doing here or what she knows about the others.
Okay, you get one or the other.
Yeah.
So.
I will say, because my question was about what does she think about everyone else here, to get her what she's found out about them.
Okay. She will let you know. Sorry. Well, from what I can tell, this is certainly a motley collection of characters who has shown up at dear Mayor Kellogg's manor, all with their own particular interests. Of course, we have Liam and Tony, both very interested in making sure the mayor didn't interrupt their little rackets that keep going on about town now that they've finally settled things between themselves. And of course, we have Miss Bondi, who is just so interested in making sure that her latest scam didn't go too punished by the law itself. I'm here because, well, the mayor sure did have a lot of secrets to hide, and I'm always interested in finding some secrets. And as for Captain Cobalt, he and the mayor apparently go back quite a ways, and there was a not insignificant amount of bad blood between them, no matter how much both put on some sort of air of positivity. As for Miss Trixie, I could not find a single thing about her. It's like she built some sort of identity out of thin air. Then, of course, there's you four, who I'm sure need no explanation. And, well, I hear, and this is, you'll have to understand, some sort of this is pure rumor and speculation on my part, but I hear that the constable might have his own sort of connection to this here manor.
Yes. Constable is connected many places. Could be interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe not interesting enough. Maybe you need to add a little spice to the yogurt pie. Maybe a finger?
But what? Oh, you're referring to the body parts. Oh, sorry. What the hell is a yogurt pie?
Well, it pie with yogurt. What more you want?
That sounds repugnant.
Very dangerous. Kill many clowns. Took it right to the face.
I thought those were custard pies. Oh, no, that's custard ordnance. Never mind. Sorry, the war has... I've stopped reporting on wars, you know.
Yes. Damn, can't think of a pun quick enough. He stares off into space a moment, realizing a missed opportunity. Yeah. Middle of this all, yet no story yet, is there?
It's close, I can feel it, but you're right, I don't quite have anything I could feel comfortable submitting right now.
He is thinking for a moment. And
careful, don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, I mean, He's doing his best. It's not coming easy. He considers her a moment and says, "You and me make a great team. Together, solve murder, make story. You work with us. We become one war band. Attack on mystery. Ah! I want to cash in Marks and Mindy's to bring her.
You got it.
to make her start working with us.
You've got an ally now. Another ally now. Yes. Samantha Spectrum will help you however she can.
Give her big wink and say, "Wink, let's go," and say, "Mystery solved. See who panicked."
Okay. All right, we got one last interview before that happens, and I guess we get to the parlor scene. So, Man Gun P.I.
Yeah.
You're interviewing the constable, huh?
Yeah, Man Gun will just come in, like, I'm guessing around the same time everyone else grabbed their suspects and went off, or when Liam was doing his thing, quote unquote Liam.
No, Liam.
And Man Gun will just go to the constable. Is it constable?
Yeah, it's constable.
Constable, because I don't actually remember his name.
It's Constable Cornelius Crow. Excuse me.
Constable Cornelius.
Yep.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, I could put it in the chat for you.
I've already written it. So, and just kind of sidle up to him and say, "Mr. Policeman, me have some questions to ask you." And just, like, make it a point of glaring at all of the other suspects privately.
Okay. Again, none of you leave. I'll be right back.
And I don't know the layout of the house out of character, but in character, I'm just going to go to any room that is close by. That is not already an interrogation room.
That's fine. There's plenty. Again, big manor. Plenty of places.
Yeah. So we go in and, "Mr. Cornelius, me have questions for you. You see, not many people know this, but me read. Me know many things, and me know even man who dedicate himself to law order is capable of murder."
Are you implying that I killed him?
Me say, you are not ruled out as suspect. Me know anyone can be suspect. Me could be suspect. Me very clever. Could hide from self forever. But right now me focus on you. Me need to ask questions.
All right, I'll answer them to the best of my ability.
What is name?
Constable Cornelius Crow.
What is victim name?
John Carlton Kellogg.
Very good. When time?
The current time?
Yes. When time? What?
It's currently about 4 p.m.
Very good. Perfect time for murderer to start relaxing. Now, when were you when the body was first discovered?
I was at the station. Doing my job.
I see. And then you come here straight away, yes?
Yes. Because
I see. I see, yes. That is precisely the things that people do. I need to ask you many, many questions, such as, what really happened here? What about Cowboy? Was it old woman? Was Danny hallucinate? Was it really Nanny? What about the morgue? Was in on it? Sewing machine taken over by spirit artist analog? Could Plant really identify murder? Is this story true?
how dare you kill my joke that I was saving for the end of this?
I'm sorry, like I said earlier, great minds think alike.
It's fine. That's perfectly fine. I think, God, that bevy of questions is too confusing for me to answer, let alone Constable Crow. So I don't know what to tell you, man.
Me think you have more to say than you have been telling.
Alright, I need a roll of some kind, buddy.
Well, how about just Morkish? Just straight Morkish?
Okay, yeah, I can read. I can live with that.
That'll be +2.
Mm-hmm.
For 2.
A 2! Okay.
Look at this stash. What color is this stash? What color is this stash?
Brown?
Wrong! It is the color of justice! What haven't you been telling this stash?
Look, the only information I think I can give you that you might not have had before is that the mayor and the police department have been having a public disagreement lately.
More motivation.
For me to kill him, you think? Because of a public disagreement between my bosses and the mayor.
Could be you. Could be anyone. Motivation is funny like that.
Then who is it? You barged in here to solve this mystery. You can't just keep accusing everyone until you get it right.
Can't we, though? Can't we? That is all. You are dismissed.
Okay.
Have learned many things. Need to think.
Just gonna stare at a corner for a little bit.
Okay. All right. I think that's all the interviews done, so I guess it's time to move to the parlor scene, isn't it?
I think that makes sense.
All right. We move to the parlor scene. Y'all, here's what I'm gonna say. Y'all have 5 to 10 minutes to talk amongst yourselves and make your final deduction.
I don't think it's gonna go well.
They all killed him.
Boy,
This was more than a one-person job.
Boy, howdy, do I not care if it goes well.
We have made mistake. We have no idea who did it. We have to kill them all
I'm gonna
and leave no witnesses.
We kill them one at a time until one admits.
I'm gonna set a 5-minute timer, and we'll see how this goes. You can argue in character or out of character.
They guilty something.
So
Justice.
starting now.
Me think we all guilty of living in society.
Me
So,
think
you mean society was murdering?
Me think society barge into house, kill man and separate him bit by bit, and then feed palm to shark with gun.
me not sure how to bring society to justice. Too big. Won't fit in jail.
Society is bad like that.
Perhaps we get small justice in place of big justice. We eat one.
Well, we know Trixie no do it because she say no. We know Antonio no do it because he say no. Cousin Horatio do it? No, he say no. We ask all of them. It accident. He fall in blender.
But if he fall in blender, how pieces get put everywhere?
How he
He
bake
did.
pie.
He'd not put lid on blender, go everywhere.
But how he bake pie?
He really hungry.
Ghost, We seen one ghost today. King ghost, are ghosts lactose intolerant?
Do ghosts know how cook?
Whoever could probably know how to cook, so. Question
Ghosts
not
don't know how to cook, so yes.
Me think Captain awfully happy about sword and awfully mad about Mayor leave him for war.
Knife do taste of sharp and also kill, well, not kill, but destroy body. So who knife?
You knife. You have all knives.
I kill?
No, but you have knives. Was planted on you. Who gave you knives?
Ah, Green Man gave me knife in belly.
We already killed Green Man, bring him justice.
You know what keep things from soggy even when they are near milk? Yogurt. Someone who hates soggy, keep yogurt around. Think about
No.
that.
Me be holding secret. Mayor do terrible thing to yogurt. Maybe someone see? And
You mean yogurt kill Mayor?
in pure shame, yogurt cannot live with self and destroy
Yogurt
him
was
from
murderer.
inside. Yogurt murderer. Too much yogurt in bum. Kill anything.
Then how yogurt make pie? And be inside pie.
No, Mayor was making pie.
Yogurt fall in blender. Mayor tried to save him, Mayor hero! Mayor failed.
Or Mayor, he die hero rather than live villain. Because he do some very villainous thing to yogurt.
Does one good act redeem a man? I take off my glasses and cry a little. No, answer no. He very bad.
You have 1 minute left.
Do you have better idea?
Me not good with ideas. Me good at thinking, not good ideas.
Me think Captain.
Does Captain have yogurt?
Me didn't think to ask.
I lean into the other room. Captain, what do you think yogurt?
It's fine, I guess.
We got him.
He didn't do it.
Two exact opposite.
Me think we did cop do?
Me no think cop do.
Me think we should ask cop then. Who do?
And that is the time. So
We
what
are
is-
ready to make a declaration.
everyone is brought into the parlor for the O Team's declaration and accusation of who the real murderer is. Please
Mayor.
Strolling around.
enlighten me.
Strolling around. McGuyHurt says, "We have gathered you here because one of you in room is murder, or none, or all. Could be murderer." Continue.
It is my belief that Mayor was murdered by Captain in the stomach with the yogurt.
Yogurt not in stomach. But continue.
Anything else? Or is that the, sorry, real fast. Does anyone want to contribute anything else, or is that the final accusation?
I can't think of anything to add.
Let me break this down. Everyone, hold hands in air.
They do so confusedly and reluctantly.
On the count of 3, point who you think did.
And they werewolf.
And then, okay, are you counting?
3, 2, 1.
And in the middle of the count, I go and I turn off the lights in the room.
Okay. Yep, you did it. You got it. Lights are off.
And then I turn them back on.
Okay.
Is anyone missing?
Is anyone missing? Trixie's gone. This looks like she used that as an opportunity to escape.
Someone killed Trixie.
But everyone else is pointing at the captain.
What you have to say for self, Captain? If that is your real name.
You have no proof! This is just speculation from a bunch of morons!
I tap Horatio on the shoulder and say, "You got this. You know what to do. What happened here?"
Indeed. You already guilty because this was jury. And they all point you. So I think you guilty.
So, do we flash back to us swearing in the jury? And
Jacob, it sounded like you finally came up with an actual pun. Just now, I heard an oh. What you got for me, buddy?
I think it needs more time in the oven. Just like those pies! Tell me, Mr. Captain, can you bake a pie?
No, cooking was never my forte.
And neither was the pies in this house that were cooked bad. Point 2. If you look down at floor, you see bits everywhere. Only person who not be grossed out by bits everywhere would be someone who's already seen bits everywhere. You been in war. War have bits everywhere. Any other person in this room would not have made it through every room. They would have made it like 2 rooms. Especially once they saw the basement. They would have been like, nope. They'd leave right then. But you didn't leave right then, because you've already been in the basement once. You already know what it was. And that's why you murdered him. It wasn't the fact he left you in war. It was the things in the basement.
Okay. Let me roll something real fast.
I lost my train of thought so fast.
You sure did, buddy. Fortunately, with a 0, I think Captain Cobalt is nervous enough that he tries to book it for the door. And when he opens it, a shark with a gun walks him back in.
Excellent work, sea puppy.
The shark doesn't say anything because it's a shark.
well, I use Translate Orc and Animal Planner to translate for the shark.
Fair enough. Yeah, the shark confirms your plan or your deduction. He was indeed killed in the stomach with the yogurt. The gun was a further red herring within the red herring.
His mistake was he armed shark.
Yes, I think with that, the deputies that have been called in read Captain Cobalt his rights as Constable Cornelius approaches you all and says, well, it wasn't without some casualties, but
They had it coming.
good work again, I guess, O-Team.
It's exactly as it was written in my book. And I pull out my 1985 bestseller, The Case of the Man Who Was Killed by a Captain by Eating Yogurt.
Again,
And then it says, oops, I'll murder.
Ah, damn it! I had something. My line before they take away the captain. I say, some things in life take brains. Some things in life take berries. But you, oops, all berries.
I think with that, this is a game. I don't know that my brain can handle anymore.
I would like to formally apologize to every friend I invited to the stream. I will try to make it up with you by inviting you to the next stream.
What? One of our Don't Rest Your Head games? I don't know that those are much better.
Oh, no. Actually, I know some people who would really like that, but...
Well, anyways, let me get the stream over and done with. Thank you all for joining us on this terrible adventure. I just really wanted to show off myself and my dumb friends when we get together and do real dumb RPG times.
Barely strung together enough to be called a story.
Tethered to reality by a baby's breath. Thank you all for joining us. Have a good night.
Have a wonderful night.
Night, night.